That was in case you missed the fun last night. I don't usually stay up much past 9 o'clock because I'm up so early every morning. But last night, one of the dogs was having serious, I'm afraid of the fireworks issues. So, what can I say? I was up late, but I don't really feel like I didn't sleep. This is my theme for the year, by the way. Partay and celebrate. Let's just have like so many things to celebrate this year, right? Mm. Today on What Do I Say, What Do I Do on in the Facebook group, Tracy put up a quote that was, well, I don't even remember what the quote was, but her comment about it was that she doesn't have resolutions, she sets goals. I really, really like that idea. See, I think it was, I'm going to attribute it to Ben Franklin, but I'm probably making this up. I say that that resolutions are just made to be broken. It's like you set yourself up for failure. I'm coming under that stream of light, so it looks like the heavens. How about that, huh? Hey, isn't that cool? The heavens are shining on me. Anyway, I really believe, oh, there's the mirror. And I'm taking you on a little tour. I'd like to get rid of those lights if I can. Oh, no, we're sliding. I'm going to have to work this problem for you guys. I'm sorry. I know this is probably very annoying for you. That's probably the best lighting I can get. Let me move in here. Okay. Good morning. Happy New Year. Yes, and a blessed new year to you too. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious year. So I chose this mug for this morning because it's red on the inside, and that's always like a celebration. Come on, girls, guys. I'm sorry, there's no guys on here, but you know who you are. Let's just celebrate life this year. What do you say? No resolutions, just goals, just decisions, just plans. I've already kept one that I made 4 days ago. I can't really tell you about it because it's kind of embarrassing, but it has to do with taking care of myself. And I'm already following it. And I gave myself permission to stop doing it once the new year came. And then I was laying in bed this morning and I had this epiphany. If it was good for me for 4 days, why won't it always be good for me? Why not just not do it ever? I was trying to break a habit. It takes more than 4 days to break a habit, right? What do they say? 20 days to break a habit? I started setting goals instead of resolutions about 4 years ago. Yeah, Opa. So the right thing to do. I mean, it's what I do every morning on that sheet. I say what I'm going to accomplish. I say what my goals are for the day, for the week, for the year. I just keep building on them. And it works. I'm telling you, it works. So today, I had so much stuff for today. I was really surprised. The first Rose Bowl was in 1902. And this is the first time in 75 years that they had to cancel it. So I guess there's something on TV today, a 2-hour special this morning. But I remember as a kid getting up early on New Year's Day because I didn't drink the night before and I could, and turning on the TV so we could watch the Rose Parade. And then the next day, on New Year's Day, we'd kind of fight the crowds and drive up to Pasadena and go see what the floats looked like up close and personal. And I got to tell you, if you have never seen one of those floats like up close, like where you're right there, you are in for the treat of a lifetime. They are so much more magnificent in person because you can appreciate the work that went into them. And I didn't even remember this until right now. I'm trying to think why and whose float it was. I actually worked on one of the floats one year. They start like, maybe it was for the city I lived in, but we had to go up to Pasadena into this. Can I take this off now? Yeah, it's okay. All right, good. So you got my Happy New Year, right? So we went up to this like warehouse in Pasadena, and we were like plucking rose petals and sticking them. It was so cool. It was also very tedious, but it was magnificent. And then one year, my balloon company had to do something in conjunction with somebody on a float. That was pretty cool too. Anyway, so I've had some floating experiences. The parade's awesome. The football game's fun. I don't know what's happening with football. I'm guessing they're not playing, but the parade's been canceled, but apparently a 2-hour spectacular show in its place. Door opened, first dog in. Thank you. I wanted to tell you something else too about the parade. I'm trying to, I don't know when it started. I wonder if I wrote anything about it down. Yeah, it began in the 70s. In the 70s, they started this thing in Pasadena, and you've probably seen it on TV. It is hilarious. It's called the Doodah Parade. The Doodah Parade is a spoof. It's a parody of the Rose Parade. People dress up, groups of people dress up, and there are bands that do it and organizations that do it. They dress up and they do crazy things. Like there was one year, there was a whole, I'm going to say like 100 people dressed up like businessmen with hats and suits and ties, carrying briefcases and just marching. They all looked the same. They all had the same color suit on, and they were all just marching in like a band, except they were businessmen. Then there was one that I loved where it was people all dressed alike carrying folding chairs. And on command, this 30 people would stop, open their folding chair, sit down, get up, fold up their chair again, and then march off. And one glorious year, Rhino Records was doing, they had a thing in the Doodah Parade. They did it every year. But one year, the guy in charge, who was a very dear friend and still is, invited my husband and I to participate in the Doodah Parade in their group, which was the Chainsaw Massacre Marching Band. And we all had toy chainsaws that made noise and weapons of destruction. And we were like wrapped up in like almost like zombies. We had bloody bandages all over us and fake blood and chainsaws. And okay, maybe it wasn't as funny to you as it was to me, but the people seemed to love it. That was my experience with the Doodah Parade on the first day of the year. Okay. So you've had some. We've got a smattering of float experience. It really is fun. I mean, it really is fun. Makes me think of the days back in high school when we used to build floats for homecoming, but we did them with tissue paper. I mean, with that Kleenex. Remember, you'd make Kleenex flowers and you'd stuff Kleenex. Floats are fun. Paul Revere's birthday, one if by land, two if by sea, and I on the opposite shore shall be, or something like that. Anyway, if it wasn't for Paul Revere, probably most of us wouldn't be here right now. I'm just guessing. He did some really seriously good writing, some good stuff. And I think he had a silver company that my mother bought a piece of silver from, but I don't know. Speaking of which, the Fritzi report. People, that woman is an animal. I don't know how she does it. She's still here. She is still here. I already told you about eating the Jell-O, right? Yeah, I was talking to her and I got her to eat Jell-O. My son sent me a message and said, "What flavor was it?" I said, green. Green doesn't have a flavor. It was green Jell-O. Anyway, as we hoped and prayed and guessed, here it is, 2021. And this woman who joined the planet on 1923 is still hanging in here. Good on you, Mamikins. Keep it up. Keep it up so I can keep giving these crazy reports that almost any miracle is possible for some amount of time. Oh, tonight, go outside. Apparently, they're going to be shooting stars all over the place, just coincidentally, but shooting stars to start out the year. I think that's probably the coolest way to start a new year is by watching shooting stars and making wishes. Okay, so I'm a little, I like wishes. I can't help it. All right, it is also this many different holidays today, besides the first day of the year, before New Year's Day, besides New Year's Day. It is, some of them are pretty self-explanatory, I think. Let's see. Apple gifting day. I don't know where that came from. It had to be somebody who grows apples. Henry, do I remember that you guys have apple trees, or did I just make that up? Oh no, don't let it be cloudy. You won't be able to see the shooting stars. But Henry, did you tell me that you had apple trees? I'm waiting for an answer. Anyway, it's apple gifting day. Could be applesauce, apple jam. There's a Jewish tradition that we have apples and honey for a sweet new year. And this past year, that one that's over, the one whose name shall not be spoken, we had, no, actually it was 2019 he did it. My guy, I told you he makes ice cream. He made apple, honey, walnut ice cream. It was to die for. It was amazing, seriously. Honestly, he made eggnog ice cream this year for Christmas, but I haven't tasted it. He says it's great. I'm not ready. Okay, it is, I didn't get this one. It's Bonza Bottler Day. I do not know what Bonza Bottler is, and I tried to find out, and I might check again, but essentially it's the holiday that we celebrate once a month when the month and the day are the same number. And then there's a big celebration when the month, the day, and the year all match. That's not going to happen for a while. No, because how many months are there in the year? 12, right? So we're not going to come up with the 21, are we? I don't think so. Anyway, it's Commitment Day, which is really kind of cool because, it's also, if you're into resolutions, make resolutions or set goals day. Or it might mean that you should be committed. I don't know. It's Copyright Law Day, Ellis Island Day. Have you ever been there? It's really cool. It's really cool. And Lady Liberty, she is awesome to walk up into her. I don't know if they let you do that anymore, but I remember as a kid visiting New York City and climbing up those 4 bazillion steps, like a bazillion steps to get up into the very, very top, into her light. I don't think I ever, was it into her light or into her crown? I think we could go into the crown, not the light. I don't remember. Anyway, Ellis Island is awesome. And just last week, I was playing tennis with a friend who was telling me that when she was in high school, she lived in New York, and her class went on a field trip to Ellis Island. And she and her friend were getting in trouble off on the side. And when they came to look for the class, they were already gone. And by the time the teacher got over to New York City and realized that she was missing someone, the poop had already hit the fan, and they had to send a boat back and leave a bus behind. Wow, it sounds like a really ridiculous story, but can you imagine causing all that trouble? Here's to you, Liz. Nice work. It is Global Family Day. Oh, it's First Foot Day. This is like so cool, especially in England, Scotland, Ireland, over there. I think we should do this. First foot day. So check this out. And maybe it happened already last night. Apparently, there's more traffic on the streets at midnight than there is on a regular busy day, because the first person, the first foot that crosses your threshold brings you good luck for the rest of the year. Keep that in mind. National Bloody Mary Day, for obvious reasons. If you were imbibing last night, a nice Bloody Mary this morning would be a good idea. Personally, I started my day yesterday with a mimosa. Truly, I did. Okay, look, I'll tell you why, honestly. I think because there's been so much stress and pressure in my life, and I haven't let off any steam, haven't cried, haven't screamed. I was having tech stress yesterday. You know, that technical stress, tech stress. I was suffering tech stress. I was having some PayPal issues, mega PayPal issues, to the point where I literally, no kidding, started crying like a baby, like totally scream crying, ugly crying, like got hysterical crying. Now, you and I both know that PayPal can be annoying, but not to that point. So I'm guessing that it was like everything that's been building up, and then the last day of the year, and I just flipped out. But I don't know if I ever mentioned this. My love is a psychologist, so he's really, really good with stuff like that. He got me totally calm, poured me the mimosa in question. See, my stories always have a go around, right? I mean, I came back to it. So he poured me my first mimosa of the day and calmed me down and walked me around the house, and I was fine. Came back, swear to you, in a matter of seconds, I had solved the problem, which tells me that sometimes you just need to take a break and walk away and everything's fine. Public domain day. Oh, polar bear plunge day. Those of you in cold places, it's polar bear plunge day. I love to see the pictures from New York of the people who went like at Coney Island and went into the water in their freezing days. And it's World Peace Day. It's World Peace Day. And it's Z Day, and I forgot to look up what that means, but maybe everything you say starts with a Z? I don't know. It's the first day of the year. Don't mess it up. No, I'm kidding. It's the first day of the year. And as I said in my word art this morning on What Do I Say, What Do I Do, and Word Art by Sandye, as I said, every instant can be a fresh start if you declare it to be so. So if you make a mistake, start over, start fresh. Every day, every minute is a fresh start. Don't carry the past. Let it go. That's why we call it past, because it's past. 2020, learn from it, but don't live in it. Love you, you guys. I will see you on the second day of the new year. Partay. Have a great one.